God, he's not small, he's oversized. So, oh, he's close to the metre. 87 centimetres we measured. This was on a Yozuri surface popper, and yeah, he fought hard. I was on light. Okay, within 5 minutes of arriving at Dick Creek, sort of about 80 k's out from Timber Creek, just over into the Northern Territory border, and we have caught on the Yozuri fizzer lure, so surface popper, this Barra. He was fat, he was heavy, he fought really hard, and he is coming in at about 65 centimetres, I call this one. So he's good. Nice little Barra, and this creek is teeming with fish. Yeah, so this is what I was talking about, 65 centimetres. I'm just in a tiny little runoff creek that runs into the Baines River system. It's this one fought really hard because I was on light tackle. But yeah, fought hard, good fight, but first fish of 2026, and I'm pretty happy with that. That's a ripper. Well, the old alarm can trick has done the job again. Beer can alarm fishing. Because on a livey this morning, we've got this fella. Again, he's only 60, whoop, but he's a real fat 60. And that's because there's heaps of, got a lot of life in him still. Yeah. 60 on the dot, pretty much. So there we go, another creek Barra in the Baines River system, between the east and the west Baines actually. And this one was 60 on the dot, and again quite a fat 60, but it's a good spot at this time of year in the runoff, so probably no good in a couple of months. But there's our campsite, all deconstructed and packed up. There's the creek in the background where we caught all the fish. What's new about camping for us in 2026, April 2026? The global fuel shortage courtesy of the Middle East war. So look, we're not overreacting. We've got 2 10-litre jerry cans that we are carrying in addition to the long-range fuel tank. I don't consider that hoarding, I just consider that a bit of backup in case we get to a fuel station that's empty. Should be able to get to from Kununurra to Darwin on our full long-range tank, but just in case, that's our insurance. Okay, just departing camp on a little creek in the Baines River system. It was a nice enough place. It's a bit hot, a few mozzies as you'd expect being next to the water at this time of year. If you think it's a quiet spot where you're going to have a lot of peace and quiet. It is certainly not, because this is the highway you're looking at right here, and this creek is obviously very well known. So we had people constantly calling in, walking past our camp to fish, including some people who drove into our camp at about 10 o'clock, or maybe 11:30, midnight last night. So yeah, very popular spot, you can see why. Now in basically dry season, the beginning of dry season 2026. It's late April, and this is the first weekend where the forecast temperatures have suited camping. So we're getting out to the Keep River, just across the Northern Territory border, only a few k's into the Northern Territory. It's runoff season, so the end of the wet season, the creeks are all running off, the floodwaters all running off back into the main river systems, and this should be pretty good fishing time. So the plan is to get to one of our favourite lagoons on the river and flick a few lures around, but also try and get some live bait as well. And with any luck, we should be able to get a barra or two. The next 4 weeks, I think, will be the best fishing in a long time. So as all that runoff water slowly works its way back into the river systems, the water temperatures are still pretty warm, but the overnight temperatures are starting to cool down now. So we're looking at sort of 20-degree minimums at the moment. I think even 17 degrees out where we're headed. So well, I can't quite see, but hopefully it's all right. Looks a bit different to previous years. So you can see what I mean by runoff. The only issue is how deep is it on that left hand side. Heaps of bait here. And I'm going to clean my dish on those. Hopefully not. So far so good. Yeah, that's better than it usually is at this time of year, which is unusual because it's been one hell of a wet season. There you go, we are over the Border Creek and about to enter Lagoon Station. And the Prado is now in its 5th year of being a landmark. Still underwater. God, jeez. You can see how much erosion has happened from the wet season. Have a look at that channel. It's massive, and yeah, these conditions have definitely changed from last season. But the good news is the ground is rock hard at the moment, so hopefully the track off the main track down to the river is pretty dry as well. This is the bit, if it's gonna be boggy, this will be the bit where it's boggy. That bit's no problem. It's the little gutters that were forming last year. Around here. What do we got? Yeah, not bad. I can straddle that. Oh, there's someone there. That was unexpected. Well, we've made it down to the floodplains next to the lagoon, so we've seen a vehicle though, which is unusual. I mean, there's that spot up there we could take if we want, but we want our usual spot right next to the lagoon. Can't see anyone here. No, that's all ours. Grassier than normal, but same as always. Shell park, the usual spot. Here we are at the keep, Green Lagoon. I'm gonna head to a spot up here and see if I can get some live bait. Just a bit of a walk, so I'll bring you back when we get there. Be honest, not under no circumstances would you say this is safe. But I do know there is bait here. Turbo mullet. We'll keep him for strip bait. Don't know if you can. So they're pretty useful for strip bait. So we'll keep that guy. Nothing special, but better than nothing. That's a bit more like it. That's what the Barra like. These buggers. Well, back at camp. Very muddy down there, so I'm going to fish from this platform. Surface popper. See if I can get a little bit of movement across the top of the surface of the water and get something to strike right on dusk. See some movement out there. Oh, he had a hit. Had a hit and he dropped it. There is something attacking my lure in the middle of the river out there. I can't get him. He's hit twice. All right, we're on to something here. This time, right on dusk. Hopefully this GoPro footage is showing something. We think Barra. It's, yeah, Barra. You see it jump there? Hopefully you saw that. And this is going to be a tough one to get in. This is reasonable size, Barra. Yeah, that's big. This is also where you start worrying about crocs. He's still got a bit more of a run in him yet. Yeah, he's big. Yeah, I know, but God, he's not small. He's oversized. So, oh, he's close to the meter. Yeah, I'm gonna try to. This is obviously dangerous for saltwater crocodiles. Got him. Oh, yeah. Oh. Got him. Yeah. 87.
Look.
87 centimetres we measured. This was on a Yozuri surface popper, and so yeah, he fought hard. I was on light tackle, so we got lucky to get him in the end, but we better get him in, or her in soon I should say, because she's been out of the water for a while now. So. 70 on the dot. 69 even.
Oh, nearly 70.
69.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know. I reckon you could push it up a bit more at that end.
Oh. It's roughly 70. 69. This is 69 centimetres. This is going to be our dinner tonight. And we haven't had Barra for a while, so this will be nice. And this one actually took the very tail of the turbo mullet that we caught in the cast net. So we were going to have sausages, but what do you reckon, Em? We'll have a barramundi fillets for dinner.
Yep, barramundi and coleslaw.
Old mate's not very clear, but that's a probably 3.5 metre salty. We dumped the gut a long way away from camp as you're supposed to, and he came up and started chomping on them. So. That's how far away from camp he is. $59.
Huh?
There we go. This would, any other day, that would be a keeper. 59 centimetres, a couple of nice little fillets on it, but we've got a 70 centimetre on the coals cooking, and we've already caught an 87, so bit of fun. He goes back in. something on the hand line. Ah. It's going to be not quite size, but he's a good looking fish. 52 centimetres. Put him back in and he can grow into a big one, and we can come back and get him. Don't you stuff him up. When you're in sort of croc water like this, you can't really slow release them into the water, so I just try to spear them into the water so that they get water back into their gills. There's old mate. About 3.5 metres long, quite a big head. Probably the one that took our bait last night. He's the one you can see. There'd be dozens in here that you can't see. Always good when the fire gets going from the night before. That's the croc out in the middle of the river. In dry season, you can see the crocs a lot better here. In mid-dry season, the water level drops and there are some rocks, much the same as downstream there. And you get dozens of them literally just basking on the rocks. Bloody shield beetles. Ah, it doesn't matter. Just have to clean them out when we... Pretty easy to pack up this tent. It's a little bit fiddly because it's hard to do it in one clean motion. Clean motion. Side's done. Just tuck that bit in there. Done. hate it when traffic gets in the wrong lane. Pull over, mate. You're in the wrong lane.